and welcome back to another Amber Wave show.
We are your hosts. I'm James and this is Stephen, and what a week it has been for the Bloaters.
Oh my god, yeah. So after the postponed match at midweek, then the Saturday game was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I think having the game postponed last week was sort of helpful in a way because it meant our players weren't as tired. But what a game it was, absolutely incredible. The atmosphere was great, a good number of attendance considering as well Norwich were playing at home, so 307 people, absolutely amazing. I think that's a new highest for Yarmouth, I think.
In recent times, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Well, definitely this season anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, that 2-0 win was absolutely incredible. The Duffield special in the 97th minute, the scenes was amazing.
Yeah. So we have a little bit of an improved post-match brief of the game. So Non-League Wonders has allowed us to use his videos of the goals to be put in. He's an amazing YouTuber. Please check him out, like and subscribe. We'll put it down below. Yeah, so Framlingham started the game well. You could really tell they were top of the league. Just their sheer ability, it showed. It forced Brandon into a lot of good saves early on. We weathered the storm, really grew into the game, and shots just getting stopped by either keeper. It was 0-0 at half-time. All the players were fantastic. Brandon Ling and Sammy Adams were absolutely amazing. Started at the second half, the best. A Louis Duffield free kick, 48 minutes in. Rebounded off the post, and Charlie Barber was first to react. Framlingham tried their best to clear it. I couldn't see if it was, I don't think any of us could see if it was actually over the line or not, but the linesman said it did cross the line, and it was 1-0.
Free kick here, Yarmouth being taken by Duffield. Tries for the shot! Oh, it's in fine! Oh! It's in! It's in! What's going on? It's got in! Yarmouth has gone! Oh my God! What a goal! Unbelievable scenes! It's just gone over the line! What's going on? Unbelievable! Yarmouth! Oh, 1-0 up on Judgment Day!
The match after that was pretty 50-50 for the next 15-20 minutes. Both sides having opportunities, some great defending, but from the 70th minute mark, Framlingham were relentlessly knocking on the door. But time after time, Sammy Adams' head and Brandon Ling's gloves just kept them at bay. It felt like the 50th minute of added time, but we did manage to break away. Louis Duffield took the ball past several defenders, and a peach of a shot landed in the top right corner to make it 2-0.
Duffield clears it up to Louis Duffield. Duffield. It's just still Duffield. Duffield's going to try and score it. Yeah! Oh my God! Oh my God! Louis Duffield has won it for Yarmouth. It's absolutely going to clear. What a goal! What a goal! What a moment! Yarmouth has done it! Yarmouth has done it! Yarmouth has done it! Yes! Oh my God! Yarmouth has done it! Louis Duffield! Yes! Yes! Oh my God! What a goal! A goal! Yarmouth have won Judgment Day! Yarmouth on top of the league! What a game! What a ending! What a moment! Oh, great Yarmouth Town! Full-time score! Framlingham Town 0! I mean, great Yarmouth Town 2! Framlingham Town 0! Oh my God!
Everyone went mad, as you've probably just seen after that. The stadium erupted, and that meant the points were signed, sealed, and delivered. James, what did you think about that?
It was incredible. I thought we played well. You could see why both teams were respectively top two.
Yeah.
It was a good game. Framlingham started off quite well, I think, on the front foot. We were sort of getting pressed very deep into our half.
Yeah.
So that was a bit nerving, but gradually we grew into the game. It was good to go in half time, I think 0-0. But yeah, second half, again, I think it was more 50-50 in the second half. I think both teams created good chances. But yeah, Yarmouth obviously got that goal. That really put the confidence in us, I think.
Yeah.
But straight after that goal, Framlingham were just straight back on it again, just attacking our goal, and just your heart is in your mouth at that point. But them putting us under pressure for that amount of time, but just get that 97th minute goal was just such a relieving moment, and to get that 2-0 win, which was incredible.
Yeah, I think it really was such a good performance from them.
Now, as you all know, we record this throughout the week and upload on a Friday. Our next match is actually this Wednesday, or today, as we play Parson Drove on Wednesday night.
Yeah, so this is the rearranged fixture from last Wednesday, now the 13th of March. Yarmouth have won 4 out of the 5 previous games, that 1 loss coming to Holbeach. Parson Drove has won 3 games out of 5 with 1 draw and 1 loss. They have, however, played Framlingham and Holland in 2 of those, which, as we know, are extremely hard games. But going into the back of this, Framlingham, going on from the back of this, from the Framlingham game, I think that we're going to win 4-1.
Yeah, I'm going to the game today, and I think it's going to be. I think Parson Drove are a good side. You can't underestimate them. I think it'll be a decent game. Probably a 3-1 win Yarmouth, I think.
Yeah, now, I don't think we're going to hit the 307 attendance that we did against Framlingham, but obviously the attendance has been improving all season, but I think that even with it being a Wednesday night, we're probably still going to get more than our ground-shiring rivals do on a Saturday, which, is sure.
Yeah, I think having 307 people on such a big occasion of a game, even with Norwich playing at home, like you'd think most of them would go to the Norwich game, but to have that many people come down to the ground, it was a nice day weather-wise as well. It was a beautiful day. Having 307 people is just incredible for this club, and I don't think it will be matched for the rest of the season of 307, but I still think it will improve gradually over the season, getting 100 plus every game, I think, from now on, especially at home. But I think, on that day, getting 307 people is just incredible, and just the joy on everyone's faces after full time was just a moment to remember. I think that'll go down in probably Yarmouth's history, I think. But other than that, we will cut to after the game for our thoughts.
Well, your thoughts, I'm not there.
Right, so it is full time. Yarmouth 3, Parson Drove 2. What a game.
It was a fantastic game. A real game of 2 and a 2 side, 2 halves of kitchen.
Yeah, 2-0 down at the break. Poor first half, we must say. But yeah, Parson Drove were all over us, I think, first half. We had a few good chances, just couldn't find the back of the net. They took their chances, got 2 goals. Quite sloppy in a way. One was like the wind took it from a corner. The other one, we had Brandon Ling and I think Adams collide.
Just for the first one.
So that was their first 2 goals. So not majorly, I don't really know, but yeah, it was quite poor to concede them. But second half, dominated the second half, got the 3 goals back, got the 3-2 win. Brilliant second half performance. Can't credit them enough for that. And yeah, on to Needham Market on Saturday. Still top of the league, 4 points clear, but Fram do have that game in hand. But yeah, on to Saturday.
Right, so we're chopping and changing with how we're cutting the video. That was James's pre-match thoughts that you don't know, post-match thoughts, which you don't know what they are yet because you haven't been to the game. But the next bit in the video is our challenge. Now, I'm unable to take part in this week's challenge, so we have Alex Green, who is stepping in for me. And at the moment, it's 3-1 to me in the score. Hopefully, Alex will make it 4-1 to me tonight. I'm hoping. But this week's challenge will be a keepy up challenge. I'll let you guys decide on the rules when you're there, because they're going to do it at the Wellesley tonight. But we're going to go to the challenge. Right, so this week's challenge, James took on Alex, who is stepping in for me in a keepy up challenge. Here's the audio and video for it. Right, so Alex starts and he couldn't do it, so we tried to do it again and he couldn't do it again, and the third time, and no. So we know where the points are going here. Look at James, nice and simple, able to do it. He can just showing off now, isn't he? And he's carrying on, and looks like the points are to James.
So now you know who won the challenge, but we don't yet. However, it is now time for this week's interview, and Stephen has been talking to Lee Simmons.
So we're here for this week's interview with Lee Simmons from the Non-League Social. Thank you for coming on, Lee. So really, what got you into non-league football? What is it that you love about it?
Well, for myself, Stephen, because I've only moved here since 2009 in Thetford. And of course, I'm an Ipswich Town supporter. Sorry, so I haven't been to many games because I've been down this way. So then the brother-in-law said to me, "Well, why don't you come down and watch Thetford Town?" Oh, okay, let's have a little go, because I've seen news reports about it, seen it on social media, stuff like that. And he said, "Well, why don't you come down? They're playing on a Tuesday night, I think it was, back in 2017, and it was actually against Great Yarmouth."
Yeah.
So funny enough. So I saw 7 goals for £8. It wasn't too bad. So then it all kind of went from there, really.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, I mean, this season Yarmouth have scored so many goals, conceded a few, but I find non-league is you get so much goals, so much content for so little.
Yeah, I think it's quite good for the value for money, and of course you get the younger kids coming along as well, the younger fans. I see that Yarmouth are doing a new thing as well for the next game. I think it's one child ticket. So that's a really good thing what Yarmouth are doing. I think more teams are doing it now, which is good to see.
Yeah. So obviously you've watched a fair bit of non-league. You go to quite a few games. What has been the most iconic match that you've watched in non-league?
So, I know some of my lovely fans of Ipswich Wanderers are going to love this, but it was actually Thetford Town versus Ipswich Wanderers at Humberdew Lane. It was actually non-league day last season. There was a crowd of over 500 people there. Of course, it was a top-of-the-table clash, first against second. Of course, Wanderers won it right in the death, shall we say, with a 3-2 win. And of course, the highlight video's got over 1,000 views, I think now, or even 2,000 views now. So it's incredible to see how many people want to watch it. But there's other games which have been good, but that's one of my standout games so far on the channel, and of course on non-league day as well.
Fantastic. Lee, you have a absolutely brilliant show, weekly show called The Non-League Social. We're going to put a link in the description for people to check it out. What made you come up with the idea for it?
Well, so I've done a few little podcasts, unfortunately. But we're actually Ipswich Town podcasts. So I was with Talking Town with Martin and Richard. Also was with We Follow the Town with Ben. Done a few bits and pieces with him, and then of course in COVID time we did you can see the matches on Sky and stuff. I did one with Alex Griffin, and that's quite a good way of doing it. Of course, DJam and Adam was doing the Suffolk non-league show as well, and I'm thinking, why not? I thought I could have done it because I've done a few things with James and Adam before, just like sending in highlights and stuff for him. So I just thought to myself, well, why can't I do it? Why can't I just see if it works for me? Of course, we tried it. It worked for three weeks, but then of course it got a little bit busy for me. And then now 2024, that's now upon us. I think we've done a show every single week so far, so it's kind of gone up and up and up. And of course, we're getting some good guests as well. Darren Eady a few weeks ago. Of course, we got the prediction score going on. I won't say who's top at the moment, but I think it's me still.
I think I'm still bottom.
Well, you know, these things do happen, but it's quite nice to see that there's other clubs out there that they want to join in, and I'm hoping for next season there'll be more content coming on the show, and hopefully a different take on the match day videos I do as well. So see how that goes as well. But yeah, it's good to get that interaction with players, coaches, fans, sort of yourself when you're doing this Amber Wave podcast as well, which is good to see.
Fantastic. So moving on to Yarmouth. Obviously, what a fairy tale season they're having so far, especially after last season with that little run to steer away from the playoffs. What do you think of the season so far for Yarmouth?
Yarmouth, I feel that you've overachieved, really. I personally do, because last season didn't really make it for yourself, but because now you pushed it up even higher. The players, you just win all these games. Oh wow, these are one of the teams to watch. Of course, you've got more attendance happening as well. I think you got over 300 people on Saturday against second. I think it was.
Yeah, 307.
So 307 people, which is unbelievable from where you were when I watched Yarmouth a few years ago, when you only get to like 80, probably. I think it was 80 people when I watched them. But from 80 to 300 people, it's quite an achievement. But yeah, Yarmouth are playing really well.
Yeah, I mean, 3 seasons ago when we were having about 80, that was still more than Galston that they were getting. So, but obviously, such a great season so far. I think personally we're exceeding expectations as well. I said upper mid-table would be a good result if we can scrape a playoff place. Amazing, but coming into the business end of the season with 8-9 games to go, 8 maybe. Sitting in first, 1 point clear of Framlingham. Where do you think Yarmouth's going to finish?
That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
It's like winning the lottery, isn't it? But I think they're going to do it. I personally think Yarmouth are going to do it as champions. Got a big game on tomorrow night. Yep. I think it's in Parson Droves. Of course, it's the rearranged game from the other night.
Yeah.
We won't get into that so much with the old fog.
The old fog.
But yeah, I think if they win that game, the title, you've got kind of one hand on the actual title there, but I still think you will get to the top spot and then go up as champions, I feel.
Fantastic, yeah. I mean, I was looking at the fixtures, and the only team Yarmouth have to play in the playoffs is Stanway. Framlingham have to play 3 in the playoffs, so I think we do have the easier run of fixtures. But yeah. Well, thanks ever so much, Lee, for doing this interview. We're going to put Lee's the non-league social into the description. I'm also going to try and do some magic editing and put like the little link to it in the video itself, if I can figure it out. But thanks ever so much.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Well, that was the interview.
Another brilliant interview, as always, and for another week. That is all we have time for.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed your video. Please subscribe to Non-League Wonders. We've left a link in the description. Also, massive shout out to Lee Simmons, who is does the podcast of the Non-League Social. Again, we've linked his channel in the description, so please give it a subscribe and a watch. Other than that, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. And on our socials, our Twitter handle is @AmberWaveGY, and our Facebook handle, if you search Amberwave, it should come up. Anyway, other than that, we'll see you next episode.